Welcome to the Magewell booth here at InfoComm 2023. In our live streaming category, our newest product is the Ultra Encode AIO, Advanced Live Media Encoder. It's now the flagship of our Ultra Encode family, and it builds on what we had with earlier Ultra Encode models and adds new features such as 4K encoding and streaming at 30 frames per second, HDMI and SDI inputs in a single unit, the ability to record to files on SD card or USB drive or network attached storage, and the ability to stream simultaneously to up to 6 destinations at the same time. Now, like all of the Ultra Encode models, it's incredibly flexible for both live streaming and AV over IP. It can encode to H.264 or H.265, as well as NDI-HX2 and NDI-HX3, and it supports every streaming protocol you could want, from RTMP and SRT to HLS, to things like legacy transport streams as well. I mentioned already you can record as files as well. There's an SD card slot on the front. There's a USB port on the front that you can add storage to. And for streaming, you can stream to multiple destinations simultaneously at up to 32 megabits per second in all those different formats. And there are also presets for common destinations like YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitch, to make it really easy to get started with. The device can be controlled through our centralized management software, a browser-based interface, or the LCD screen that you see right here on the front, which provides both video previews, status monitoring, and basic functionality like starting and stopping encoding. Here at the show, we have the unit sitting on the desk, but it is fully rack mountable. It includes the rack mount hardware to be able to mount 2 of them side by side in one RU rack space, so you can get that right in the rack right away. You don't have to buy additional hardware to make that happen. One of the highlights here at the Magewell booth at InfoComm 2023 is a significant upgrade to our USB Fusion capture and mixing device. Now first though, for those who don't know what USB Fusion is yet, it's a compact hardware device that features 2 HDMI inputs, a USB webcam input, and you can also load in media files. And you can switch between all these sources directly within the hardware. So instead of tasking the computer with doing all the switching, all this happens right within the box and comes into your software over USB. So you could be bringing that into software for lecture capture, streaming, video conferencing, any AV application that you can imagine. Now, at a basic level then, that's like a multi-input version of our popular USB capture dongles, which are for bringing signals into software. And you can control it with the on-device buttons or a web-based interface. But the real power of USB Fusion comes in when you pair it with the companion tablet app. The tablet app, in addition to doing switching and so forth, also offers a wide range of advanced presentation features. It lets you bring in PowerPoint PDFs, you can bring in live web pages and integrate them, you can build playlists, and some of the coolest features are when you can do things like live annotation, real-time drawing on the video, just like a telestrator in real time. Now, I mentioned new features though. One of the big things that we've added recently is the ability to bring in wireless inputs as well. So right now, I can switch sources. I'll ask you to edit this because I hit the wrong button. That'll be on me. Let me start that. I'll start that section again. I mentioned some new features for the show, and one of the things that we've recently added is the ability to bring in wireless inputs. So we now support AirPlay, Google Cast, and Miracast, and we can bring those in as sources directly into the USB Fusion device. So we can be switching now between our wired sources, media file inputs, and a screencast coming right off this other iPad here that's an AirPlay device. It's really powerful for things like classroom environments where you want students to be able to contribute content to the front of the room, live conferences in person where you have a guest presenter who shows up, and instead of wanting to wire them in, just connect their tablet, mobile device directly wirelessly, and they're off and running. So this is a firmware upgrade for existing USB Fusion units, comes built in now on any new units, and it's available immediately. Now, Magewell's newest product in the IP conversion portfolio is the company's second dedicated audio product and our first to feature integrated Dante audio networking. It's the ProConvert Audio DX, and it's a compact IP audio encoder, decoder, and capture device. I mentioned Dante already. It also supports formats including NDI audio as well as SRT audio, and it can convert seamlessly between any of those formats while also acting as a bridge between analog audio, software, and IP networks. So in terms of conversion capabilities, it can be converting bidirectionally. You could be converting between Dante and NDI at the same time you're also converting from SRT to Dante. But it also features analog audio I/O for both unbalanced and balanced. So it can act as an on-ramp into IP networks, encoding analog audio into Dante, decoding NDI audio for analog playout, all these different formats. Last but not least, it also supports USB connectivity, so you can use it as a USB capture device to bring IP audio or analog audio into your software, as well as analog playout from your software over USB. Now, if I can squeeze in here for 1 second, I'm going to pop up the. What you see here is the virtual audio mixer for the ProConvert Audio DX. And it lets you route any analog or IP audio input to any analog or IP audio output. So I can specify that I want my IP analog input to be going out, my unbalanced input to be going out to NDI. And it'll automatically begin doing the conversion, and I'm even hearing it right now through the speaker. So we're actually bringing in some remote sources as well. We've got some remote SRT source coming in from our office that's now also being converted to NDI as well. So it's so flexible, it really is like a universal translator of IP and analog audio. And this is available immediately. For more information, please visit our website at Magewell.com.